Hey guys, what's up? SaberMarco1 here, and I'm bringing you guys some more Overwatch Pro news. This is a Overwatch League analysis video for Shanghai Dragons. So I already have everything, so let's review this team. Shanghai Dragons, they were 0-2 in the preseason. They struggled greatly in the Overwatch League against some of the national rosters, top rosters. I already did this in my power rankings video, but we'll go over their roster. For DPS, they have Dia and Undead. Tanks, they have Roshan, Zushu, and MG. Healers are Free Feel, 5 King, and Altering. So I'm gonna just really quickly for every team's roster, I'm gonna go through the players and their old teams and achievements and how I feel what they're bringing to this team. So first, we're gonna go through number 87, Dia. He's 18 years old, and we're gonna go through his career. He used to be a DPS star for the organization VC Gaming. He's an outstanding hit scan hero and is one of the best from China. He spent his entire career with VC, I don't know how to pronounce their name. He spent his entire career there and now is in the Overwatch League for Shanghai Dragons. So he started his career with in the major APAC Premier in 2016, Chinese main qualifier. He got second place with an 0-4 loss to SKG, and really they did get a couple of firsts. They won the minor Pioneer Cup season 3. He got first 3-0 win over World Elite White, and I'm just trying to check my notes really quick to see if they got any other firsts. No, but in the few more premieres they played in, the Overwatch Premier Series 2017 Summer, they got second with a 1-4 loss to Miraculous Youngsters. Another premiere, the Overwatch Premier Series 2017 Grand Finals, they got third with a 3-1 win over Team Miracle Team 1. Their last premiere they played before coming into the Overwatch League was the APAC Premier 2017. They got 9th through 10th place. They were 1-2 in group stages. They had a 3-1 win over Envision, 3-1 loss to Flash Wolves, and a 3-1 loss to MVP Space. And another premiere they played really early on in his career was the APAC Premier 2016. They got 5th through 8th with a 0-3 loss to Lunatic High. They only had one championship, well, one cup I should say, one tournament victory. Or no, two. I missed the major tournament that he played in, Overwatch Team Story Chapter 2. He got first with a 3-2 win over Invictus Gaming Fire. So yeah, he does have some success with this team. They were always a top tier team. He's a young player and he has a lot of hit scan talent to bring to the team. He brought VG Gaming basically to be a tier 1 team in China, and they were always competitive. Every event they were in was always competitive. Maybe besides for the last premiere, but hey, who's counting that, right? So next we're going to go over number 21, Undead, who's 22 years old. He began his career playing for a team called E-Star Gaming, but he was then picked up by a tier 1 team, LGD. He also played for Team China in the 2017 World Cup qualifiers, but he didn't go to BlizzCon. I'm not sure if there was issues with the visa or whatnot, but he's a DPS hit scan star just like Dia. So I'm just going to quickly glance over and see if he has any major first place wins, or any first places I should say. And it does not seem like it with LGD. Yeah, so he didn't really have... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just completely lost myself in my notes. I'm completely sorry about that. So his results with LGD, I'm just going to go over his premieres because they didn't win any tournaments with him. In the Overwatch Premier Series 2017 Spring, they got second with a 3-4 loss to 1246. In another Premier Series, the Overwatch Premier Series 2017 Summer, they got 4th with a 0-3 loss to Miracle Team 1. And in the Premier Overwatch Premier Series 2017 Grand Finals, they placed 5th through 8th with a 1-3 loss to Miracle Team 1. With Team China in a qualifier, the Overwatch World Cup 2017 Shanghai qualifier, they got 1st through 2nd with a 3-0 win over Thailand, and they swept the group stages. They did not lose one game there. He also played a miscellaneous game, 2017 China Joint Intel Night. I'm not sure what that was, but they got a 1-0 win over 1246 for whatever that was worth. He's another hit scan player for Shanghai, and he has a lot of success on heroes like Tracer and McCree. Number 66, Zushu. He didn't have an age in his Team Liquipedia page, so I didn't put that down. He's a flex tank, formerly known as Luca. So if you've never heard of Zushu before, but you've heard of Luca, they're the same person. He started his career with All-Star Strike Gaming, and then was picked up by a Tier 1 Chinese team, 1246. So with All Strike Gaming, they did not get any Premier wins. However, in a major, the APAC Premier 2016 Chinese main qualifier, they placed 3rd through 4th with a 2-3 loss to SKG, sorry. And in a Premier, APAC Premier 2016, they were placed 5th through 8th with a 0-3 loss to NGA Club. With 1246, however, I'm just going to read over really quickly. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to find any major wins. They did, and they won a Premier. Overwatch Premier Series 2017 Spring, they got 1st place with a 4-3 win over LGD. And in the next Premier, in the Overwatch Premier Series 2017 Summer, he got 5th through 6th with a 3-0 win over Lucky Future. Those were the only Premiers he's played in the Chinese scene. So he's a very experienced Premier. He's very experienced in the Chinese scene, my bad. And he has Premier victories, and he wants to bring his experience to his Overwatch League team. Number 26 is Roshan, and he's 20 years old. Roshan, he's a Chinese main tank who spent his whole professional career with a Tier 2 team named FTD Club. I said they were a Tier 2 team because they didn't do well in any Premier or Major tournaments. They did make it, but they never made it far. I'm not going to bother telling you guys about their 7th, 8th, 5th, 8th place finishes through all the Premiers and very limited success. So again, he had very limited success with FTD, but he hopes to change this with Shanghai. Number 26 is MG, number 18. Number 26 is MG, he's 18 years old. He's a Chinese tank player who played for a Tier 1 Chinese team LGD his whole career. He also played for Team China as they played in the Shanghai qualifiers in 2017. Same as the other player who was for LGD, which was Undead. He played in the same tournaments with the same success. So he was an excellent tank for LGD, and he helped China advance to the World Cup event at BlizzCon 2017. He wants to bring further success to his Overwatch League team. Number 13 is Altering. He's formerly known as Gowan, so again, if you don't know who Altering is, but you know who Gowan is, they're the same person. He's a Chinese main healer who used to play for LGD, like a lot of his teammates. So again, same tournaments, not going to go over that. Again, literally the same tournaments that were played. He had a lot of success with LGD, and he wants to continue and expand his success in the Overwatch League. He also seems to be the best Mercy on the team, so that's the role I assume he's going to play. Number 9 is 5 King. I'm not sure why he's not number 5. I would have done that. He's 20 years old, and he's a main healer from China, and he's known as the best Lucio player in China. He played for Invictus Gaming Ice, and then Team CC, and Team China when they played in the 2017 Shanghai World Cup qualifiers. With Invictus, just looking to see any premieres. Yep, in the Premier Overwatch Premier Series 2017 Spring, they had a 3-1 win over Black Annas. I'm not sure if they were 1st or 3rd. I didn't write that down, my bad. They might have been 1st though. Not sure. They didn't have any other premieres, but a major they played in was the Overwatch Team Story Chapter 1. They were 5th through 6th with a 1-3 loss to Newbie. With Team CC, they played in the Overwatch Premier Series 2017 Summer. They got 10th, and they were 3-8 in the group stages. For Team China, again, he played in the qualifier and the miscellaneous event, so he has great success on Lucio, and he hopes to fill this role in his team very well. The only problem is he's not as good of a Mercy as Altering seems to be, so I'm not sure if he's going to see a lot of play in the big Mercy meta that is currently existing. And lastly, number 7 is Freefeel. He's also 22 years old. He's a Chinese flex healer who used to play for FTD Club, just like one of his other teammates. I forgot who it was. Was it Roshan? Yeah, it was Roshan. who also played for it. They played in a Premier Series. Again, I'm not going to tell you their limited success they've had. They never won a tournament. They never made it really far. They placed 1st through 4th at a qualifier for the Nexus Cup 2017, but that was their best success. Freefield had limited success with his team, but he hopes that his experience can turn this around for the Shanghai Dragons. He is an older esport player, so he should be used to the LAN scene, I would guess. So the pros for this team, they are all highly experienced, and since they're all Chinese, they should all have no language barrier, so communication should not be a problem. The cons are, this team isn't made up of elite international players. They're not even made up of elite Chinese players, I would say. A lot of these players have only limited success in the Chinese scene. They don't have a lot of success. And their biggest con I see is that there is no projectile DPS. I'm not sure who you're going to put on the pharmacy. I'm pretty sure it was Zushu in the preseason, and I don't think he did very well. So what this team needs, they need a serious roster change, or at the very least additions. They have 4 more slots they can open up if signing ever comes up again. I'm not sure if teams can sign again. They lack projectile DPS, and they lack players with a lot of success in the Chinese scene. The team they created can compete in the Chinese scene, and they can still lose in the Chinese scene. In only Chinese tournaments, I can see this team losing. The team they built, the Shanghai Dragons, wouldn't even be the best in the region that they are from. They need more elite additions in the holes their roster has. They're going to struggle to beat bottom teams due to these holes the management has created. Teams are going to exploit them. Every team, even Philadelphia, can exploit these weaknesses they have. Especially with 5 King being forced to play Mercy over Lucio in most situations just because of the meta. Although in these situations I can imagine altering being put in instead of 5 King, but now you're putting one of the best players in the world at Lucio out of a job basically because he can't play Lucio. Because when you're a bottom tier team, I can see them either going down the who cares what the meta is, do what we do best route, but more likely I see them going, we have to stick with the meta, get good with it, and then we can win. So 5 King is probably not going to play that much, except maybe on a couple control maps. Their team may have success in the certain meta, but not much, and they do need a drastic switch up. Again, what I see this team needing, they need a good projectile DPS. They need 1 or 2 of those. Undead and Dia might be 2 of the best from China in the way of hit scan, but that doesn't matter when it's a pharmacy map and you need a good pharmacy. You're not gonna do anything in this league if you don't fill every role necessary. This team seems like they were built for a dive meta, and now that the meta's not particularly dive, they seem that they're gonna become a last place team. I can't see them changing anything up unless they put Zushu on a projectile hero only. He has to learn projectile, and he has to learn it damn well. Then you're gonna have to sit Undead or Dia. I'm not sure. You can figure that out later. But yeah, I don't see how they can really recover from the hole they dug by their roster. Coming into this, I thought Shanghai was gonna be a top 6 team, but I guess not. I thought the Chinese team was a lot better than it really was, so we'll see how they do in the actual league. I predict them being one of the bottom teams, but we'll see how it actually goes. So anyways, on Wednesday at least, I'm going to record the next one, which will be about the Philadelphia Fusion. So I'll see you guys when I do that. Let me know how you like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya!